there is no secret ingredient. One of my favorite all-time movie quotes and scenes comes from the movie Kung Fu Panda. So the whole movie, Po's dad told everyone like he had the secret ingredient that was responsible for making his noodle soup so special. And that was supposedly what made it taste so good. And as a result, he was able to have a very successful business. But then what he reveals to Po at the end of the movie is that in order for something to be special, you just have to believe that it's special.
The secret ingredient is nothing.
It's just plain old noodle soup?
To make something special, you just have to believe it's special.
The whole time Po thought in order to be the Dragon Warrior, he had to be something different, or he had to have this crazy capability that he didn't have. But it turns out what he was actually lacking was a belief in himself.
There is no secret ingredient.
Now let's flip this back onto you. Have you ever held yourself back because you thought you didn't have what it takes? Or maybe you weren't born with this quality or that? And maybe if you did have that quality, then you would go for it. I'm going to be diving into this concept deeper in today's video, and in doing so we'll hopefully be able to invigorate your own self-belief. So without further ado, let's dive deeper now.
Give me a...
What's happening, guys? Welcome back to the Jared and James channel. I'm Jared Weiss. For you guys to know, that must mean now subscribe to the channel, so you know what to do. Hit the subscribe button, make sure to leave a like, drop a comment, let me know your thoughts on this video. Follow me on every platform, and if you guys haven't done so already, make sure to check out my book, Fight Through by Jared Weiss. All the links purchased are on my website, which is jaredbryanweiss.com. That's JAREDRYANWEIS.com. And also make sure to check out the shirts and merch I have up there. I think I have some really cool stuff on there. So any support, as always, is very much appreciated. So, for something to be special, it starts with your belief that it is. As I'm often speaking about, the perception of something becomes our reality. If you think about what makes these celebrities so special, or any super successful person appears greater than you, it's oftentimes not what you think it is. Especially because, think about it, there are actually non-celebrities out there who sometimes do better work than these people do.
I can't live knowing that Ted Danson makes that much more than me. Who's he? I'm better than him.
But it's why is it that if I and someone else who's super famous make similar posts, or even as I see them, my post may be way better, if being honest, but yet their post gets 1 million likes, while my post only gets 5 likes, or 20 likes, or 100 likes, or even just 1 or 2 likes, or whatever the number is. It's actually oftentimes your perception of seeing them as special. And then society or the people on TV will of course further this by shining the spotlight on them, and convince you that these are the people you need to be following, and this is who you should look up to, even though, as we know many times, it's actually the opposite. So what if we were able to use this belief to our own benefit, and treated ourselves as special? What do you think then happens to us? If we shine the spotlight on our own life, do we then treat ourselves better?
Where do you get off comparing your hands to my hands? This is a 1 in a million hand.
And like a valuable commodity, do we treat our bodies right and our minds right? The way that you choose to look at yourself will determine the actions that you take and who you become through those actions. Moving along, some of you might look at me and say to yourself, what is it about this guy that makes him think he could become a successful author, or have a really cool clothing line, or be able to dunk one day despite only being 5'6"? He wasn't blessed with the genetics to be a good athlete, or isn't connected with the right high people in order to achieve in any of those fields. Why even try? Now, first off, I think that oftentimes when we judge others, we're actually judging the flaws that we see in ourselves.
You're enormous! Look who's talking, Captain Twinkie, the SS fat ass!
Or we're choosing to judge out of fear that they might succeed and expose our unwillingness to even try. But for me, what makes me think I could be all these things? Well, you don't get to that level of success without first believing it for yourself right now. Sometimes you have to see it to believe it, but other times you actually have to believe it and then you'll see it. And that's of course what faith is. And the more times that you're able to do that and even get a tiny taste of success, then slowly but surely that starts to become your natural state of mind. And it would also be impossible to get the universe working in my favor in order to make achieving these things possible if I didn't have this faith and belief in myself.
Shouldn't you hire professionals?
Professionals? I got this!
Next up, if you start by telling yourself and others, I'm not worth it, don't invest in me, I'm not special, I can't do anything, I have nothing going for me, and nothing of value to offer.
Every decision I've ever made in my entire life has been wrong. My life is the complete opposite of everything I want it to be.
What will others then believe about you? Why would anyone feel good about buying what you're selling? So even if you haven't made it yet, you need to act like the person who has made it if you even want a chance. Same thing as someone who's doing a podcast but who sounds like they're not sure of themselves and what they're saying. Or even a comedian. Delivery matters.
I'm a joke maker.
A comedian can tell a joke any number of ways, but what is it that makes the greats what they are? It's the delivery, and the power and conviction behind those words. They have to be able to go along with the joke a certain way before you see it that way and then laugh at it.
I don't have to be funny. It wouldn't kill you to not be so funny either.
Or if you want to think about like a magician or a hypnotist. What makes a magic trick good? You have to get the people all going a certain way, or you have to believe like you could transform their minds first, and then and only then can you sell them on the trick or in the hypnosis. So once again, as I'm always saying, your words matter, but also your delivery of those words matters too. Another point I want to address is don't go around waiting for someone to validate you, or even some certificate or diploma to tell you like that you're special, and that what you're doing is worth it and it's of value. I know a lot of people out there who are waiting on that piece of paper to make them feel worthy, or to make their work feel worth it.
Shouldn't we all have the chance to be said yes to?
But it's like, think about this. I don't suddenly become an author just because I sell a certain number of books, or I don't suddenly gain new skills just because my work got published. Just as how a doctor, or in my case, based on my preference, a holistic practitioner, outside of emergency situations of course, doesn't become one after receiving that diploma or after receiving a piece of paper certifying them. Maybe yes in the eyes of society, but those skills are already there. Having that title doesn't make them suddenly appear, and this ties back into the whole Dragon Warrior example from the movie Kung Fu Panda.
There is no secret ingredient.
And that's why just opening that scroll didn't give him magical powers. He had them all along.
It's nothing!
There is no secret ingredient. It's just you.
Waiting for someone to bestow powers or a piece of paper or external validation onto you will never be sustainable. But on the other hand, if you could have that confidence to launch the clothing brand, write the book, take that leap of faith and bet on yourself, and it might not happen right away. You're not going to be successful overnight, most likely, but you give off that good energy and you make it worth it. You stick to it, persist, you have to know and find and create your own worth. Now the final point in this video that I want to make is that you have to breathe life into your own dreams, and your dreams will then breathe life back into you. What do I mean by this? Let's go back to my whole clothing line example. I took this vision I had and brought it into life.
Took the hinges off, and when I took the hinges off, I put the hinges in the boy's hands.
By taking action on it, or the same thing when it came to me writing my book, or with any of my athletic goals and my athletic journeys. I had to be the one to choose to start it up, to take those thoughts from my head and put them into actions. I had to be the one to take the leap of faith and put the pen to the paper, or hands to the pavement, or hands to the computer, to take that dream out of my head and bring it to life. But the payoff, of course, doesn't happen right away. So let's just say others read my words or wear my shirts, they become inspired by it. Maybe a year from now it starts blowing up even more. This of course gives me excitement and fulfillment, as well as of course making a positive difference in others' lives. Or of course getting back to this whole point of not even needing external validation, even just putting it out there in and of itself is a point that so many other people never reach and never get to. So seeing this finished product and being able to hold it in my hands, look at it and be proud of it is inspiration enough to keep going and showing me what I'm capable of when I actually take what's out of my head and choose to breathe life into it. Or if I get some success in one of my athletic goals, then I become excited every day. I'm waking up with a purpose, so one is always going to feed the other. You bring your dreams to life, and then all those dreams are going to breathe life back into you. It's a positive feedback loop that's actually great to have. Anyways, I really hope like you guys enjoyed this message. I hope you guys found it inspiring, powerful, etc. If you did, make sure to subscribe to the channel, be sure to drop a like, leave a comment, let me know your thoughts. I will catch you guys next time. Stay positive, stay hustling, stay grinding, stay believing in yourselves. Remember that like you don't lack what it takes. You have everything you need. It's just up to you to discover your special powers and then take those powers into actions. And those actions are going to fuel your dreams, and dreams are then going to fuel you. Anyways, catch you guys next time. Peace.